today is a great little episode about how to really overcome challenges and how to face challenges. It's a little bit of catch up about just having a bit of a conversation with you, because I know I haven't done that in a little while. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy, and yeah, please share and comment this to get out to as many people as possible if you think it's valuable. If you think it's rubbish, I don't know why you're listening, and don't share it. But if you think it's valuable, please share it. So the big question is this: how can dyslexics like us create a place, a community, a tribe where people at any stage of life can come and solve any challenge, amplify their strengths, and ultimately help them become who they were meant to be, or in other words, conquer their dyslexia? That is the question, and this show is the answer. My name's Theo Goff, and welcome to the Conquering Dyslexia podcast. What's happening, guys? I hope we're doing alright. Today I want to talk to us a bit about how to face challenges, and to be honest, I want to check in, see how everything's going, and kind of catch you up on some really exciting, what I think is exciting news, and hopefully it can give you maybe a bit of inspiration or tell you a bit something maybe you haven't thought about before. So basically, what I'm talking about, I haven't done one of these conversational ones in a little while, which I'm really excited about, and I think it's good to mix things up, because the other podcasts I've been doing, I've been planning it all out, and then I've been speaking about it, so offer as much value to you as fast as possible. But I also think when I'm listening to podcasts, I like the one where it's a bit more free format, a bit more having a little conversation, because I can feel it's a bit more personable, and I feel like I get inside that person's mind a bit more to get to know that different person. So I want to mix up here and talk about that, and talk about something that I've done recently. Is that, yes, 2 days ago I went home. I've been thinking about this for a while, but I went home, I was speaking to someone and saying look, I really want to travel. I really want to maybe volunteer, meet some other countries, do something else. And I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I've done something in the past where I travelled to Nepal and did a thing for a couple months. But I want to do something again. I really felt that strong urge, need where I am, because I know because of I'm in a school COVID, you're not meeting a lot of people, you can't go out nearly as much. I know everyone's in the same boat. But I was just well, I really want to do something. I want to see what else is out there. I want to do some research, find some other things. And then I found this website. I forgot the website, Travel Globe or something like that. Travel Globe, I have no idea. I guessed it, but it's something. It's got a picture of a road in the middle, and it says travel abroad in between. But anyway, I looked at this website. I was looking at a couple of websites, but this website came out to me because it's really simple and I could look at it easy. And basically all these different places you can work abroad, you can volunteer abroad, and you can do all these different things. And so I was looking at that, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting. But instead of reading it, I called the person up, and the person answered instantly. Talk about these things in this room, and gave me all this amazing information about these places. And it costs so basically, you go for work, go for work anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, or you can work as a teacher teaching people English. That's 6 months plan, or you can go and volunteer between 8 and 14 weeks, something like that. And they all cost around about $2,000 to $1.5 grand. Now, because what they do basically, they basically make everything so simple for you. Because one thing, I love adventure, I love doing things, but complexity isn't my strong suit. Planning stuff, for example, I plan this plane trip, so I meet with this person, and this person will connect me with this person, I'll get a train from here. I'm not good with that. So they make everything really automatic and really simple, which I really like. So anyway, I was talking to this person, and we whittled it down to basically what I'm going to do, and I booked for it, and I paid for it. I'll be 6 months travelling to Thailand and teach kids English. And I did that. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And this one was 2,000 something. It was a little bit more expensive. And the reason why I asked, and the reason why they said is because it's a 4-week course that you have to go on at the beginning. And the 4-week course, I forget what it's called, but it's basically makes you be able to teach English in that country, because there's you have to teach English in a certain way so that they can understand it, because they've got their own kind of type of English, and English is kind of the golden ticket to give to other people to speak the global language, because everyone speaks English. If you don't speak English, all the top countries speak English, and it's the global language to get around. So that's their ticket, and that's their kind of their ticket out to be able to communicate with the whole world. So and all this stuff, and I told my mum about it, and I told my mum, look, I want to do this thing. I paid a bit of money, and also I asked for her to give me a bit of money, so then I'll pay her back each week. And then she wanted to look a bit more into it. And then she was on the phone with this person, really on the phone for quite a while. But she was quite concerned that I had to take a course to help me be able to teach English. Like, Theo, you can't spell anything. Kids in year 3 can spell better than you, and all this sort of stuff. I was like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yes, this challenge is going to be really hard, but there's not an ounce of me that thinks it's the wrong thing to do. There's not an ounce of me that think, oh, yeah, this is bad. Because I was thinking the other day, like a little thought, like, oh, what happens if they see me differently, or what happens if this, or what happens if I don't know how to do it? I understand this is a thought. It's not 100% fact. Like, for example, yes, it will be challenging for me, but how is that a reason for me not to do it? Just because I have dyslexia, just because everything that makes me, reading and writing is hard for me, doesn't mean I can't go out and do certain things. So I can't go out and do certain things. I can't go out and do what I want. Yes, it's a challenge, but this challenge, I can overcome this challenge. I always say, like, people say, oh, if you find it hard reading and writing, you shouldn't do this. But like, well, you haven't met me. you haven't met basically what I'll bring to the table, what I'll bring to overcome this challenge. And I think, like, it'd be really valuable for people to think like that. When they have, there's this challenge comes up, and instead of thinking like, oh, I can't do that because I'm dyslexic and I'll find this 10 times harder than everyone else. Don't think, if you want to do it, don't let that dyslexia stop you. Don't let that thing stop you doing that. And that's what I was like. I was like, well, I'm not going to let my dyslexia stop me. Yes, it's harder. Yes, it's difficult, but I'm not going to let that, because if I want this thing, I'm going to get this thing. And also, here's another thing that's really interesting. About 2 weeks ago, there's this thing I was a part of for a little while, and I still am. It's amazing. Called the KBB. It's basically called the Knowledge Broker Blueprint. And there's two people. There's Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi kind of started it. And I paid for it a couple of years ago when it first launched. And so basically, it's this big thing helping basically you turn your vision into reality. Like, for example, Dean Graziosi says this thing: turn your pain into profit. I think that's it. But it's basically because you went through a horrible experience in the past, you can help teach other people how to go through that experience better. And that's kind of what I'm doing. So anyway, what I'm saying is that, like, that I've been in this course, but anyway, they're asking for, like, basically people, public speakers, people who want to speak about this thing so that they can be employed, and they're opening up their bookings. Like, okay, there's three stages. You make a little video, you write some text in. I was like, okay, I really want to do this. It seems quite cool. And then I was typing it all away, and I did this little video, and I was fully expecting to get through, fully. And then I didn't get through. No one sent me an email. And then, because I was fully expecting to go through, I didn't see no reason why not. But then afterwards, I wasn't sad at all. But it was like, oh, I didn't get through. Okay, that's because I wasn't the right fit for that thing. I wasn't the right fit for that. And it's like in job interviews. My thing is like, I'm just going to be 100% authentically myself. Because if I'm 100% authentically myself, and yes, obviously I'm going to say things in a certain manner, I'm going to be in a professional manner, but I'm no way going to change fundamentally who I am. Because if that job says, oh no, he won't be a good fit, then I don't want to be in that job. Does that make sense? It's like not changing yourself to be able to fit this mold for you to be in. Say, okay, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to work to be the best version of myself, and I'm going to keep working on that. And if you don't accept me, then I don't want to be in that, because you said this is me, and I won't fit in this hole. And I think, like, that's a good way to see things. Like, if you fail in English, if you do things, if I go to this country and like the 4 weeks is up and I don't pass it, that's fine. That's fine, because I know I've done my best. I know this is the result I've got with who I am. And I'm just think about moving on. It's not about, oh, how dyslexia is bad, how that. It's just about, okay, let's move on. Let's try and improve. Let's try and get better. It's all that kind of process about doing things. And even like, I remember thinking this volunteering thing for ages, me wanting to go abroad, me wanting to do other stuff. But because literally I have planned, I'm going somewhere in 5 months, basically traveling to America to meet this person who made the universal reading method, and to go to this a big event. It's 2 different parts of America. But basically I plan to do this, and like I set up so many things I want to do. So basically I'm doing a lot. Like, for example, this is basically an upgrade in the book and creating so many different things. And eventually, in a couple months' time, I'll do a dyslexic summit. And all this stuff I'm planning for, and I'm learning and I'm growing. It doesn't make logical sense to go abroad for 6 months. It doesn't. It doesn't make logical sense to do that. But I know in my feeling, that's what I need. That's what I need. And I sort of like feel that, look, if you 100% feel and you 100% know that this is the right thing to do and you won't regret it when you're 80, if you won't regret it when you're 80 to do this thing, or like, for example, if you're sitting there and you're walking chair and you're really old, would you regret not doing something, or would you regret doing something? For example, like, you know what I mean? If you were like wanting to like take, you mean horseback lessons, but you think, oh, I'm too busy, I don't do this. When you're 80, would you regret not taking horseback lessons? Or would you say, yes, I'm going to take horseback lessons and maybe not do the other things I want to do? Would you regret that? For example, when you're 80, say, oh, I wish I did do horseback lessons. And do it. And just do it. That's the decision. Yes, things may seem overwhelming right now. Yes, they may think things doesn't make logical sense right now. But do it on feeling. Because that's like how I'm deciding to live my life. And I really hope this adds a bit of inspiration and kind of like a good understanding where you are. For example, if you're going up some challenge right now, like there's this English challenge, I'm going to university, this thing's hard and this thing's really, really difficult. I don't know how to overcome this thing. Go for it. Go for it. Let's think, okay, come on, let's give it my best shot. Let's not let my dyslexia stop me. And that's it's a logical decision. And the best way you do that, you believe you can do it, it's just how. The how is the only thing you need to find out, how you can do it. Because like 90% of it is just getting your head in the right gear. Getting your head thinking, okay, it's my decision to do this. It's like when I improved my English. It was my decision to improve my English. My past history was rubbish. I went and had all the help in the world and made no progress. Very, very little progress. But because I made the decision, this is what I'm going to do, this is why I'm going to do it, I made loads of progress on doing it, and then I got what I wanted. Okay? Because everything was right up here first, and then I found the action. Then I found the strategy. So I wanted us to pop up in here and maybe share those things. And guys, I really hope that we're doing good, and like I really want to build something. Like I want to build a community of people that, yes, dyslexia is hard. I understand that dyslexia is hard, but my mission, what I really want to give out there to the world, is that saying, look, what conquering dyslexia means is that in no way, in no shape or form, dyslexia holds you back. Dyslexia does not stop you, does not limit you in life. Yes, things are harder. Yes, you may be slower in certain things, but there's nothing you can't do because you're dyslexic. There's nothing. All dyslexic means your brain works in a slightly different way. That's all it means. It doesn't mean, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this. It just means your brain works in a slightly different way. What's stopping you doing certain things is your mindset, is your beliefs, is your values. And my work on those, okay, how can we understand it and how can we break these things? That's what taking responsibility is. So anyway, guys, hope we're doing all right, and then I probably will get back to, because the reason why I'm doing a lot more informational podcasts, a lot more informational speaks, and really getting down in depth on certain things, maybe a little bit harder to listen to, because I think it's nice to listen to conversational stuff. But one of the reasons I'm doing this, obviously, because I think it'll be really valuable for you to look back on and listen to. But the second reason is because these things, I'm basically I get all these things transcribed. It costs me 25p per minute to get it transcribed. It costs me like £5-6 per 10-minute video. Or 15-minute video, get transcribed, and then I copy all the transcription and paste it into a Word document, and then I can edit it further on for that to be my new book that I'm creating. So I'm creating a book and all this sort of stuff. So guys, take care, farewell, and bye.